Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's Natalie. I am playing with the beautiful Golden Days collection. So this is the emboss die cuts. I'm not actually going to use the Golden Basics, but I love it. The colors are gorgeous. So I'm just going through, just give you a bit of a look at what is available. There's lots of pretty ones. A lot of these papers in the Golden Days can just be used as straight easy peasy cards. So you've got a lot of these little cut aparts with beautiful plain backgrounds. I made a card recently that you could just do this all over again. I think that was a Fairy Tale Christmas. Goodness me. Feels like a little while ago. And they've also got some larger cut aparts. See, isn't that gorgeous? So you get 3 of each design, the beautiful orange and yellows and browns and blues, and they're just gorgeous. I'll give you a quick flick through this one. Again, you've got the cut aparts, and how stunning is that? That is gorgeous. A lot of floral more on the background of these ones. Just pretty. And so, as I said, you've got 3 of each design. So today we're going to make a accordion gate fold. I have some midnight navy cardstock, and I have cut these down. You can see all the measurements there. There's going to be a link over on the blog. So this particular one is 3 inches by 10 and 5/8. I'm not really much. This particular one is 5.5 by 9.5, and we've scored it at 1/2 inch, 2 5/8, 6 7/8, and then 9. So I'm currently folding these up. So what we're going to do is to a mountain fold, which I haven't done yet. That's my first mountain fold. And then I have a valley fold and another mountain fold. So that's how, see how mountain folds go up, valley folds sort of hold down. We're going to do exactly the same to this one. So this one is scored at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, 6 4/8, and 8.5. And again, this is going to be mountain, valley, valley, and mountain. Just like that. This card is really relatively easy to put together. It's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just eyeballing this in the center. It doesn't have to be exact, no stress. We don't want card making to have to be stress. And I'm just going to put a line at the top of these tabs. So these 1/2 inch are going to be my tabs where everything's going to be stuck together. Now what I'm going to do is trim those little pieces out. That piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the other side of that mark. So it's going to be slightly smaller than the score line or the pencil line that we drew. This is also going to help you to line it up later on. And it's just going to hide it a little bit better. It gives you a little bit more wiggle room. So I've done that on all of my corners, and this is sort of what it's going to look like. So you've got 2 tabs on the left and right. The next thing is pretty much to decorate. So these are out of the base. We've got 4 of these. We've got 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. As you can see there, you've got the centimeters there roughly as well. And my pattern paper that I've picked here is 1 3/4 by 5. And you want 4 of those as well. So I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit, glue this one down, and then jump ahead. We also have another piece that's going to be 3 and I'm not an inch person. So the base here, you can see the measurements here. So we've got 3/15 of a 16th. I don't know how to say this properly, but it's 10 centimeters by 13.3. And then our designer paper is slightly smaller at 3 13/16 by 5. This is just a little scrap of cardstock paper that I just thought was really sweet. And you can see there I'm using the back of the same paper. You can obviously change it up, or you do you, boo. So each of these panels are going to have that blue wood grain. So where I'm putting this in the smaller areas, it's going to do that on the front and back. So we're going to flip that over. You can see a little bit of fingerprint on my card base there, but you're not going to see that. It's all good. Flip it over and we've got some on either side. So now we come back in with that bigger panel, the 10 centimeter by 13. I'm going to jump over because I can't get my head around 15, 16s. I don't know. What do you guys do? We're not inchy people. We don't know how to say it properly. But anywho, so I've adhered that down. Now, the next part we're going to do, you could adhere the accordion piece that we've got, or you can decorate it. So for me, I'm just going to decorate this first. The main thing is to decorate the card base before, mostly that middle panel. That's the panel that you really, really need to have decorated, because this is going to sit on that. So you can see there, I've got 1 7/8 by, hang on, I'm looking at the wrong one. 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. Now we need quite a few of those. We need 5 of those. And with our designer series paper, I've cut out some little, some of the bigger cut aparts. I'm just trying to find you a panel here. And that is the particular one that we've cut out that has the stripes, and there is my larger cut aparts. So I'm sort of using the back of some of them, but I've also cut out one of the little watering cans. So this is how, there's my little watering can and a couple of little flowers. Nothing too much, just a little bit. You obviously can decorate how you choose fit. So I have my cream that was the 1 3/4 by 2 9/16. The cut parts are slightly bigger than what we need. So we need, I just gave you the measurements for the cut parts. So the cream bases are 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. I'm just layering this down here. Just cut off a little tag. I'm going to do a mixture of little foam. Some of my foam is very, very low profile. That's the word. I've got hay fever this morning, so it's driving me nuts. So my brain is not working. So excuse me. I mean, I muddle up my words at the best times anyway. So let's define that. This little sunflowery type of daisy, I don't know what you'd really call it. I'm not a flower person. I love them. They're pretty, but names are not my strong suit. He is raised up a little bit of foam, and then we have the blue flower that is just adhered flat. And this is one of the little embossed die cuts. Now I will leave a link down below over to my blog, which will have measurements, have quite a few photos of the card for you to have a look at and all its prettiness. And you can get, I'll also leave links to this series, these papers down below in the description box. There is an affiliate link which doesn't cost you anything extra, but it just helps me that little tiny bit. So I'll just letting you know about that. So we're going to have this, I don't know what it is, wheat maybe, sticking out the bottom of our sort of basket, a box of goodies. So I've trimmed this out of another piece of paper, as you saw there. I'm just trying to get a figure of where I wanted this. Now, of course, you could stamp. I wanted something really, really small, so I thought this was going to be very fitting. just trim him down a little bit more, adhere him flat. So my jars on the left hand side, they're a little bit raised up, and my box on the right is a little bit raised up. So there's a lot more, even if you didn't have the foam, there is a lot more dimension. Now do this last. Don't do like me, because I always do this, especially at the moment. I seem to put all my stickles on and everything, and then I have to glue this baby down. So do this last. Sort of thing, I am doing it last, but I'm also forgetting that I actually have to glue this baby down. So I'm going to leave that, and we'll come back, and he's all dried now. So we're just going to again eyeball it. Now the center is the part that's going to be stuck down at the moment. That's what we're going to work on. So we want to cover the tabs, obviously, and give it a rough centered. No one is going to sit there and measure it. I am going to try and make sure my bottom of where I've got the strip, the bottom of the panel, is even, like that bit there. So once that's adhered down, now I do use glue because I find it, in Australia we have a little bit more humidity sometimes and it just sticks. So I'm just a glue person and I like the wiggle room. As you can see there, I've glued down my tabs, and that's the card pretty much. We're going to do a little tiny bit on the front. Now it is a lot fatter. Still in Australia, it's fine with postage. I know American peeps, you're a little bit different from us. I believe this might need a little bit extra postage for you guys. Now I have put stickles on here. In the photos, you're going to see some sequins because I changed my mind. I think they stood out a little bit better. And that is my card for today. I hope you're well. As I said, I'll leave all the links down below. This is how it's going to stand out and how it folds. And that's it. Take care, and I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day. Bye.